What's up, everybody? This is Coach Rice coming to you with your Tuesday tip in. That's right, 2 tips in 2 minutes on a Tuesday. Let me ask you a question. How do you spell success? Hopefully, you spell it with 1 S at the beginning and it ends in 2 S's. Here's what I want you to pay attention to. The 2 S's at the end of success. Some people might say, hey, they probably stand for strength and stamina, or they stand for speed and skill. But let me make it even simpler for you. The first of the last 2 S's stands for sustenance. And I want you to be strategic about sustenance. I'm talking about the food that you're actually eating. If you go on Google, you can search foods that are best for brain power or to boost brain power, and you will find out some phenomenal things. As a matter of fact, I want to recommend a great book to you. It's called The Testing Zone by Bruce Bogusky, and I know some of you all are in the midst of midterms or what have you, and I know you may or may not have time to read the book from cover to cover. However, I want you to understand that in this book contains certain foods that can actually help boost your memory, boost your energy, and help you to perform better and be more alert when it's time for you to take that big test or that big exam or that big project that you have coming up. The last S stands for sleep. I know y'all grind too hard. Coach, I don't have time to sleep, and I get that. And I understand that some of you all, part of your school experiences is that you feel like you have to pull an all-nighter. Well, let me tell you something, okay, just to ease your mind. All-nighters are not mandatory. If you have to pull so many all-nighters, you know, sometimes you have to do what you have to do in order to get it done. I'm not saying don't pull an all-nighter. I'm saying after you've pulled an all-nighter or all-nighters, I want you to make sure that you catch up on that sleep at some point. When you go to sleep, your brain is the most undistracted. It's a time where your brain has a chance to replenish itself. In essence, there are actually studies that have shown that when you go to sleep, it actually enhances your creativity. Moving forward, as we get closer to Thanksgiving, I want you all to be more strategic about what you eat, and I want you definitely to be more strategic about getting in the bed earlier or getting more rest strategically. Just like you plan to be on social media, just like you plan to study for tests, I want you to plan to get enough rest. You oftentimes talk about the circle of life, but the cycle of life simply goes sleep, work, eat. In order to eat, you have to work. In order to work, you have to sleep. So don't think you're any less of a hustler, any less of a grinder if you go ahead and schedule that sleep in. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Have a powerful and productive week. We'll see you here on next Tuesday.